there is that category of a person that you would meet in the playground, and when you say hi, they're not going to say hi back to you. They're snobs. They definitely are snobs. There's nothing you can do about that. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ngozi. If you are new to the channel, you are welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the little notification bell so you never miss an upload. On this channel, we talk about love, marriage, dating, parenting, children, brotherhood, sisterhood, any matter in the community that affects us as a people, we talk about it on this channel. Today, I'm talking about the school run. The school run is a very big part of any mother's life, a very big part. I'm talking a couple of decades, maybe. Depending on how many children you have, you're looking at a couple of decades of visiting playgrounds, you know, to pick up your child or to hand your child over. So there are some experiences on the playground that, you know, completely change and mold who you are as a parent as you go along in that setting. And I've had almost 20 years of school running, and I'm still school running. I've just sent my kids off to school, and as soon as I finish editing this video, I'm back out again to go and get them. So I realized over time that I have heard a lot of people say, why do people behave immaturely in the playground? You say hello, you say hi, and people are snobbish. Some are cliquey, some are social butterflies. There are different versions of, you know, parents in the playground. And whether you like it or not, you're stuck in that system for a good few years. In my case, my children are in a school where they got the reception years, then you've got the you got the reception years, then you've got the primary years, then the secondary, and you know, that means that they would be in the school for more than 10 years, yes? So in my case, as is the case for many of you, you're looking at least 10 years of hanging around the same, you know, bunch of people in the playground. You understand? During this period, relationships form and some don't form altogether, and there are weird dynamics of hanging around individuals for a long period of time. So I remember going off to the school run in the early days, and I handed my child over, but before that there was this group of women standing in a cluster. I arrived with my, you know, child, and there were parents everywhere, and it was like, okay, now you'd like to find, you know, a smiley face, a happy face, a friendly face, somewhere you can, you know, park yourself and wait till the doors open. If there are any questions you have, maybe some of these parents have been here a while before you came, and you know, you want to engage. We're human beings. You have to engage. You have to, you know, settle in and speak to a person or two. And I stood by this, you know, bunch of ladies. I didn't, you know, barge in. I just, you know, came around the corner there and I stood, and after a little while I was like, hello, and one of them just looked at me and carried on talking. I thought, woof, what was that? We're just human beings. I don't see and I don't understand why people are, you know, sour or cold or cliquey or acting as if they are actually the kids that we had come to drop off at the school in the playground. But over the years, I've come to understand a few things, and I've come to accept a few things and understand why it is that you might find yourself in a playground dropping off your kid and have some, you know, cold experiences around some of these individuals who've brought their children to, you know, to attend the school. First off, not every woman in the playground wants to make friends, and there are many reasons why they don't want to make friends. And you say, well, I don't want to make friends either. I'm just saying hi. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just saying hi. Well, from hi, you know, it develops into something else for these women, for some of these women anyway. And maybe, and I know it might sound funny, but maybe they've had a bad experience where they said hello, and hello went to hi, and hi went to a play date, and a play date went to you coming to their home, and from coming to their home, you know, their husband was stolen, right? And so they're closed off. Everyone has a reason why they conduct themselves or behave the way that they do. They just do. You've got to make an excuse for it. You've got to think outside of the, you know, your little picture. You know, I said hi. Why didn't they say hi back to me? Everyone has a reason why they behave the way they behave. I didn't feel that way in the beginning. I really was offended at some point. I thought, hello, I just said hi. It's not that big of a deal. Why are they being snobbish? I just thought they were snobbish. But there are reasons why people behave the way that they behave. behave. Are some snobbish? Yes, absolutely they are. There was this one family that would come with their massive Rolls Royce. You know, it'd be the family that had the biggest house in your neighborhood, and it's such that they are offended that you share the same air as they do and walk on the same ground that they walk, you know, and so how very dare you? And now we have to be on the same school playground. This is atrocious. And they come with this large Rolls Royce, and these roads by the school, they're tiny, they're windy, there's curves, and you know, everyone's struggling to dump their vehicle somewhere and run to go get that little toddler, you know, before the toddler thinks,
you left me, I was first in line and I didn't see you.
So parents are rushing in, you know, to get their children to say, I was there for you, I was there for you throughout your childhood, you know. They rush for this thing as if it's life and death. So this big Rolls Royce makes its way down, and it's like, oh my goodness, if you have a Rolls Royce, I'm sure you have a smaller car with which you can do the school run. This is preposterous. Anyway, who am I to say? Maybe I'm sour because I didn't have a Rolls Royce. I don't know. What I'm saying is, there is that category of a person that you would meet in the playground, and when you say hi, they're not going to say hi back to you. They're snobs. They definitely are snobs. There's nothing you can do about that. And then you have the other woman who isn't a snob, but she's completely closed off. And you say, but why? Well, it's not my right to know why. But I can tell you that as you progress as a parent through the journey of parenting, there are different changes in your life. And maybe she's just had her husband slap her around the face before she left her house. And she's come to drop off her child, and she's just hanging on for dear life. She doesn't want to make friends with you. Like I said earlier, you want to make sure that you kind of think of a bigger picture that's much bigger than what's going on with you. It's not all about you. And that's how I felt in the early days. I thought, I said hi, it's not that deep. You say hi back. No, it's a family situation. You don't know what's going on, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with anyone, and she's closed off. Maybe she's someone who's already been, you know, forced into an isolated personality. And so it is what it is. If you say hi, and if you're that fresh of a personality that you think you are, notice the signs that an individual is uninterested, and don't take it personally or be hurt by that. And just, you know, focus on the fact that you came to pick up your child, and you know, you're not really here to make friends, you're just being pleasant. There is another category of individual in the playground that you would meet, and that would be the butterfly, the social butterfly mom. She says hi to everyone and anyone, and she's all over the place, and she's amazing. And what happens is you say hi, and she makes you feel so special, and it's wonderful, but she can't keep up with everybody. Do you know what I mean? So there are times you would come to the playground and think to yourself, oh, that lovely lady, but she's in the cluster now over there chatting to so and so, and now you feel like she's not speaking to you. Again, grow up. She's a social butterfly, and she can't get around to everyone today. Okay? The next category of mums I've met on the playground are individuals who just do not want to make friends. And I can say it's not a big deal if someone doesn't want to make friends, they don't want to make friends. And that word make friends, I've used it quite a bit. I'm just saying being a common acquaintance, just an acknowledgement that another human being is standing by your side. Hey, morning, good afternoon. Oh, hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And then you carry on waiting for your kid. Just that common, you know, interaction. Now, some women on the playground are not going to give that to you. And you say, why? Well, some of them are done making new connections, and that's okay. They are done making new connections. You're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, and you know, your friendship circle is established, and that's it. They really just don't want to interact with one more person, and they are entitled to that. And you being a new mum might not realize that, and once again, get a cold shoulder from someone on the playground and think that they're absolutely horrible, and they're not. They're just, their friendship circle is formed and they're done, and that's just the way it is, and it's okay. It's okay. On occasion, I had this one woman who had this really lovely son, just really cute. And my son and daughter at the time, I just had the two children, I hadn't had the third, they would all run together down the same park path, and just so excited, my two kids and her kid, and I would say hi, and she wouldn't acknowledge. I'm not kidding, she wouldn't acknowledge. And I thought, the reason I'm having to say hi to this lady is because our kids, they play almost all the way home before the paths split, and I go off to our little community over there, and she goes down her way over there. And this just got weird and weird and weird. Term 1, term 2, term 3, it was awful, you guys. I couldn't understand what the problem was. I didn't continue to say hello and hi, but we would be walking down the same path. Our kids would be engaging incredibly, and this lady would just stomp, 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 stomp forward and not engage. Again, this is me reverting back to saying we're just human beings. It's okay to say hello, hi. It's okay. It's just not that deep. It's okay. However, I don't know what's going on with her. Now, whatever it is that's going on with her, I refuse to be in a situation where it was just not human, and I changed my route home. I couldn't do that. It was weird. Our kids are playing. I mean, they are best of friends, and she just, not even a hi. So I just took a different route, started going down a different way, past a couple of supermarkets to the house. Same distance, really. Just I enjoyed the park, and I lost use of that park. I just couldn't do it. It was bad for my mental health. It was horrible. I didn't understand it. But there was that mom. Now, there was an incident in our playground where there was this woman. She was a social butterfly, and she had just, engaged with a lot of women and had gotten into their homes and everything. And before long, there was an altercation with her husband. And it got so bad, and there was this, gang up in the playground, and they stopped speaking to her, and it just got all weird, That's something you don't want. So there is also some women who've had an encounter with someone who's kind and friendly, and it's gone left, and they close those doors. You have to remember, if you're poorly behaved in a setting like that, where you're waiting for your child for the next 20 minutes, you're going to be coming back to that same playground for at least 10 years, unless you're changing schools. So you don't want to be, having some weird reputation. So get yourself together and understand that there are different types of women out there, and just organize yourself and understand you're not here to make friends. If you happen to make a friend, trust me, you'll make a friend. And if you're new in the community or something, of course, you're going to want to make friends. You want your children to go to play dates and things like that. That's okay. But you have to protect your mental health. You have to protect your sanity, because you're going to meet a lot of complicated women. As I say, some people are insecure. Maybe they were once upon a time a certain way, and when they started having children and they gained weight and so on and so forth, their behavior changed, and they became more of a recluse, and you want to come near them and they shut you out. People go through different things, and you have to be accommodating of the fact that there is something behind another individual's behavior. For me, even though I understood some of these aspects of what was going on, or what could be going on with individuals, because I just don't believe that people are altogether horrible. However, it will impact you negatively, and I did everything and anything to protect myself from the fluctuation of hi today and nothing tomorrow. It was just weird. So I got out these beautiful babies. They're called sunglasses, and I would put them on during the summer. I mean, they were a part of my face, because I couldn't take walking through a crowd of mums and saying hi to someone who did say hi yesterday and won't say hi today. It was horrible. So I would use it to cover up my eyes, be able to spot you. And if you do wave at me, then I would wave as well. I have it to give, but I don't know if other individuals have it to give. So I wait, and you will find that if someone engages me, they get the best of me right there, and that's it. But I didn't want that constant yo-yo, that horrible feeling of confusion as to, I was nice with this person just yesterday and now they're not, and I can't do this. As time went on, I started going to the school run a whole hour before school was over, to park right as close as possible to the gates so that I could see my child's door. And when the doors would open, I'd remain in my car. I wouldn't join the crowd standing out there. I'd remain in my car, and I'd see them, looking for parents and handing over the babies. And as soon as it was looking as though the line was coming to an end, my poor little girl would be shoved to the side with other kids who, you know, were having to wait for their parents to turn up. But the line wasn't finished. It wasn't as though she was left till late. It's just that I waited and waited and waited. And of course, if she was already front in line, then she's going to have to wait on the side. She wasn't always in front all the time anyway, but somewhere in the middle, she ends up being put to the side. But once I can see that they're almost done, I'll bolt from the car, straight to the door, past people. We're busy now. I'm not having to stand around and wait and wonder who's going to smile or not smile at me. I'm just going to bolt for the door, and everyone's in a hurry now. Some have got their kids, they're going that way, I'm going that way. And before I can even get to the class, the teacher always lets my child run to me and off I go. My older daughter and my son, who's in secondary school, they just make their way down to the car, wherever it is, until I get there. And that's how I managed to sort of start cutting out the complexities of that playground. It wasn't fun. It can be, it's just not nice. It's really not nice. I can tell you that it's not nice. And that's basically how I chose to manage it. I made a lot of excuses for these women. Some are in bad relationships and they don't want you to come anywhere close. They feel that saying hello and hi is going to lead to you getting close to them and then realizing that all isn't well behind closed doors, and that's fine. So you leave them alone. Some are too posh, and that's fine. You leave them alone. Some are going to be able to say hello today, and after an incident outside in their own world, they won't say hi tomorrow, and there's a weird fluctuation. That's fine. You're just going to get it all. You're going to get it all. But that being said, I got to the playground on one occasion and there was this other lady. I noticed she was new. And as I got there, I understood how she would be feeling. And I said, hi. And she said, hello. And that was it. We became lifelong friends. She said to me that she had had such a bad experience in the playground. It happened that some of the times I would be there, she wasn't there yet. So we would miss each other until that day we saw each other at the same time and I said hi. And she had sworn that she would never speak to anyone when she comes to the playground unless someone said hi to her. And when I got there, I happened to be one of the women that said hello. And that was it. She was amazing. She would help out with the school run sometimes. I would help her out. She would help me out, you know, and we had a really, you know, good friendship for so many years. Obviously, I moved away from London and, you know, what's left is social media, but it was nice. It was really, really nice. So again, don't lose your smile. Don't lose your smile. Still be pleasant, still be friendly, but still protect yourself, because everyone on the playground is going through some kind of situation. You don't understand what their situation is, and they don't owe you anything. They really don't. But you owe yourself, you know, protection, and keep your sweet fruit fresh. Okay, don't let anyone take that pleasant person that you are away from you. I did all sorts of things, you guys, but now I just get to park and wait, and they come to the car and I take off. I'm wishing you all the best in all your years of school running, and I hope that you find yourself coming to the end of it not as, you know, disappointed as I was, but at least I came away with some understanding. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.